Okay, so a disappointing 4-0 loss today at home to Wincanton. We were hoping today we'd turn the season around. What are your thoughts after that disappointing
I
game?
don't. It's really odd because I keep sort of saying to the players about what it is and trying to pinpoint it, but I'm not really sure what it is. I think we definitely need to work harder as a team. They know that, I know that, and it's just about going out and doing it. Really, I think confidence is a thing at the moment as well. We're losing games, and obviously that's just it's just non-belief. And I think when you concede the first goal, it just then suddenly it becomes a harder task. Whereas last year we would have thought we got a two in us sort of thing, and I think we've got two in us now. It's just heads go down a little bit, and it's sort of my job and the players' job to sort of get us out of this really. But you know. We're not a bad team overnight. We finished third last year with the same squad of players. We lost 8 games and drew 10 or something last year. So I know we've lost 4 and it's not a very good start at all. But we think we can still go on a run and do well. We just got to get that first win, a proper win against a really decent team, and then go on a run really. And the cup game next week sort of gives us a chance to do that. So.
What's the atmosphere like in the change rooms at the moment, knowing that we've got some really tough games coming up? Romsey next week in the Cup, but also Cheddar and Wells coming up in the league. It could be potentially another 3 defeats. So what's the atmosphere like in the changing rooms?
The atmosphere's not great, but it's not in terms of what's coming up. It's just what's going on week by week. We're trying to take it each game as it comes at the moment, which I know is a bit of a cliche, but it really needs to happen at the moment, and then we'll worry about going on a run or going up the league from there. But no, I think in a weird way it might be good for us to play better teams because the pressure might be off a little bit. But last season we always played really well against the bigger teams, so I said to them in there that I haven't lost faith in them as players or as a team. It's the same team, and I've got faith that they can go and win games like that. So, I know we're not looking good at the moment, and we're trying to turn it around, but the atmosphere is not good in a sense of that they all care and their heads are down, because of not winning games. So it's good to see really, because you don't want them suddenly. Me saying things in there and then them saying things and then it's just all fine again. They're annoyed and they're really trying to put it right. So it's not through want to try and that everyone's doing this, but at the moment it's just not going our way.
You must be pleased that the players aren't giving up. I mean, even at 4-0 down, everybody was trying to push to get a goal back. We've played other teams and gone 1 or 2-0 up, and the opposition has just completely sank. You must be pleased that the players aren't giving up.
Yeah, I mean, that's when we went, when it went. First half we weren't great, and I think they wanted it a bit more than us, even though we tried to emphasise that we've got to go out there and start well. But second half we said, we're going to really put it in and make sure we were there to, get the next goal. And then when the third one went in, obviously you probably think the game's gone then. So we were very, closely looking at the players and seeing, who, because it's easy to go hiding or not bother when it's 3-0 and then 4-0. So it's really interesting to see who really cares. I mean, some people put it in and things like that in moments, but some really put it in all the time, and they're the ones that care and they're the ones that will start games. And we need 11 players doing that, so it is pleasing that that's really clutching at straws saying that we're pleased with hard work and a 4-0 defeat, but that is something we need to look at. I think that's probably the basis that you win games is hard work, and I think if you have 11 people working as some people did today, then you win games. So we're going to try and filter that out and get people back in who will work hard.
Is the pressure off a little bit next week against Romsey in the Cup because it is a cup game? Are you going to be experimenting next week to try and find a winning formula?
No, we can't do that. I probably wouldn't have done that anyway because we want to win cup games as well. And for me, no one's ahead of anyone really in the squad. So it's trying to keep people, if they're playing well and then they keep their spot. We probably would have done that anyway. But I think if anything, it needs to happen more so. We need to get a win. And again, it's another winnable game. I think every game's winnable, but at the moment we're on the wrong side of each game. But yeah, we want to try and win that, ready for the 2 big games. Like you said, Wells and Cheddar will probably be the top 2 this year if you go on what they've done so far and what people think. So we need to win next week, and obviously we'll be putting out our strongest team, definitely.
A man of the match wasn't given today. Do you think that maybe that was a little bit too harsh? Do you think there was a couple of players out there that did play really well?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were a few players who played well for us, but overall, when you look at the opposition, I think they had 11 men who wanted it more. So it's stupid to give a sort of just a man of the match for the sake of it, just for someone who played better in a 4-0 defeat. So I agree that there wasn't one, but it's difficult because you feel sorry for certain players. I think Nick and Zach at centre half actually, it's strange to say it, but they didn't really put a foot wrong. Maybe it was in and around them. I don't know. I have to, think about it all properly. But I think Corey, when he come on, coming on at 4-0 down, I think it was, and he's, really trying to make an effort and looks like he's really pushing for a place to start. So that's really pleasing to see. I thought Shippo when he went up front, winning flick-ons and trying, even though it was 4-0. So, there's probably a few I've missed, but those 4 probably stand out. I think Other people played well in spells, but it's in a 4-0. You're not really looking. It is what it is. I don't think anyone played that well, really.